For daily Ask Reddit. r/ask Reddit. What's the worst example of personal hygiene you've ever seen from someone? If you enjoy the video, drop a like and subscribe so you never miss a video. I worked at an engine assembly plant in New York State where everyone is in these 3 to 5 station teams that rotate every hour, so you don't go crazy doing the same job for 8+ hours. We had this dude who came to our group who had the nastiest teeth I've ever seen in my life. His bottom front teeth were all fused together into one big lower tusk, and his breath could gag a maggot. It got so difficult to work with the guy, you could smell his breath from at least 6 feet away, that we had to go to a manager to figure out how to handle it and not be dicks. Well, they basically told him he needed to do something about it, so he constantly had a tub of mints on him. After that, his breath just smelled like a rotting corpse and mint. So, yay. I met a girl on a dating app. We got along well online, but she smelled like ass in person. I'm talking fully clothed, and several feet away, there was still a stench of ass. I was really embarrassed for her tbh. She complained about guys ghosting her and not knowing why. I mean, it's not easy to tell someone they smell like ass. I don't know how you couldn't be aware of it either. I have a girlfriend who thought that it was normal for guys to have dingleberries. Poor girl was going down on a guy with matted turd fur. Okay, this one out of all of them made me audibly gasp. WTF. We were talking about how shitty blowjobs were, and little did we know hers were actually shitty. She had just married him. While in Manhattan, found a homeless guy unconscious in an alley with maggots coming out of his mouth. Told a cop on the corner, "Dude, that sounds a bit more than just unconscious. He must have been sleeping in a mattress box and had somehow rolled partially out of it. He was still breathing but unconscious. His head was turned to one side and 6 or 8 larvae were crawling on his face and the pavement below his mouth." Woman was a heavy smoker, which can cause a lot of issues in itself. And bad beau, like she never showered, and the list goes on and on. But the worst thing was this nasty brown blouse she had that she wore all the time. I mean, like 4 days a week at least, but she did wear other things occasionally because they always jumped out. Thing is, there was a picture on her desk wearing that blouse from like 5, 6, whatever years before, and it was white in that picture. I just thought it was coincidence, and no way it was the same one till one of her coworkers who shared the office with her started bitching about her one day when she was gone, and the woman confirmed it was the same shirt, and she had slowly watched it change from white to whatever disgusting it currently was over the years. I had a part-time job at uni cleaning out student rooms after the occupants had moved out. One room was left with no fewer than 28 bottles of piss that the occupant had decided just to leave in the room. The shared bathroom was next door. I lived next door to an apartment for Mormon missionaries. One of the guys saved all of his piss in 3-liter bottles. He and the other guy got in trouble when they went to their weekly meeting and distributed bottles of piss to other missionaries as if they were filled with soda. They told me about this, but could not explain why. 1. They saved piss in bottles, and 2. Why they gave it to other missionaries. This guy and his family didn't like to shower, and they all had food stains all over their clothing, and the father smelled like he crapped himself, smelled like pee, but that wasn't the worst part. The worst part is he had food stuck in his hair and maggots crawling in it. Literally, the guy smelled like death. He said I was being offensive because I stood 10 feet away from him. Guy had the nerve to call my manager over, who then immediately stuck his hand up and said he wasn't interested in hearing his story, that he needed to leave and not come back until he took a shower. After this is when he started taking care of himself.